All right, guys, welcome to the live stream for the Assetto Drift League competition today. We are at ACDFR Okuibuki. I'm Shift Happens, and I'm joined with Vroom today. Vroom, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Man, I'm doing about as good as I can do. Comp days always get me excited, and we're at a really tight track with really fast cars, so today should be really exciting.
Definitely the most excited I've been in a long time.
I'm looking forward to it too. We're waiting for the judges to get us going, and we'll get started after. You got your drone cam and everything set up? You ready to commentate over it?
Yes, sir.
All right, you just fill in wherever I am not. Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Drone cam is going to be a little hard to work with here on this track because it's super tight, and it looks like they are already lined up and getting ready to go. I love when I attach the drone cam to somebody and it freaks out.
Love to
start shaking. All right, here we go. The first group's off. I don't know who this is, but I should have tried on drivers' names before.
Ego Smasher in the lead here.
Ego Smasher doing a really good lead line here.
SR20 a little bit shallow through 2.
Oh, he reset back to pits. That's going to be an automatic 0.
Actually, I'm going to be honest. I don't think that was the first run.
Oh, it probably wasn't. You're right.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be Mike in SR20.
Oh, you are right about that. Yes.
I think they're still running through there.
Hey, sorry guys.
Drivers' names. What's up?
Just to let you know, we got a couple of more runs of practice, and then we'll be sending them. We had a late join, so he's just warming up a little bit.
Okay, no worries. I thought that was the first run, so we were commentating over. It was just a little practice, was all it was.
A little practice on ourselves.
Okay.
Cool. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I was about to say, so something wasn't looking right.
Yeah. Usually when they reset back to the pits, that's an automatic, 0. Yeah. So, all right, here's Mike. He's our first in the bracket today, and SR20 kid coming up in the RX-7.
Well, it looks like they're gonna get a couple more practice. It looks like.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, got some guys that reset back to pits. Maybe they're getting ready to go.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
Man, I'll tell you what, I am excited for this comp today. This is the first time we, in a long time, that we ran pro cars at ADL because ours aren't ready yet, and VDC just happened to be the choice of cars that we went with for this one.
Absolutely. Very high-powered car, not used to what a lot of these drivers are. As soon as we have the 2 lined up, SR20 giving chase to Mike Proust.
All right, here we go, and they're off for their first run. Oh, looked like SR20 didn't leave enough room for Mike to initiate. I could be wrong on that though.
This SR20 is going to have to straighten out there as he makes contact with outside 3.
He did. He made contact with the touch and go right there on the sweeper. So he will 0 out for his first run.
It's going to be interesting to see how they determine that fault there. Was it Mike for coming out too wide there, or did SR20 just not give him enough room?
It could be, depending on how the judges are judging the 3 motion here. Because the track's so narrow, so they might be allowing the drivers to come across the track more so than usual. So what could be happening is only one of 2 things happen. Mike came too far over, not allowing him enough room, or SR20 just didn't give him enough room for him to fully initiate. So that's going to come down to whatever the judges are ruling on this track today. I know the judging and the ruling kind of changed a little bit because of this track today. So, but here they go. They're off for their second run again. Mike real deep on initiation, and Mike running right into him. Mike trying to make up some ground and ended up slamming right into the rear end of that RX-7.
It's going to be interesting how this is going to go. Are they going to have to run it back?
I'm not sure exactly what the call is going to have to be. I know that if I was judging, I would probably say one more time and just tell them to clean it up a little bit, give us something to judge on, and you know, that would be my ruling is a one more time. So we'll see what the judges will say.
Definitely. A very rocky start to this event.
Yes.
You hate to see it.
Yes, it was. It was not the start you want to see, but hey, you know, like we said, this is a super tight track with really high horsepower cars. You know, they might have had 2 weeks to practice, but you know, it's I know how it is when the nerves get to you on comp day. Anything can happen. All right.
That is for sure.
Judges are typing to me now, so we will not typing anymore. Okay. All right, judges called it an OMT, so
all right,
we were right about that. So I'm assuming that on the first run, then that meant that Mike came too far over, not allowing enough room for SR20 to be as close as he should have been on initiation. So
that's going to be interesting to see if that like constantly happens throughout the day. Hopefully, that's just a one-time thing, but realistically, we could never know.
Right. Or I'm sorry, I had that backwards. They must have put fault on SR20 on the first run for not allowing Mike to properly initiate. So.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Because the second run was definitely, you know, Mike's fault. So.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, it would make sense if they would go one more time if it was SR20's fault.
Yes.
As they send it into the first turn here, huge
Mike with a huge backy. Definitely going to be points off, I would say, for Mike.
Yeah.
Over-rotating again.
Contact. Mike was just running really slow for SR20.
Just throwing. Just looks like he was just throwing too much angle from initiation to second outer. He was just giving it too much of the sauce. Maybe he needs to turn that turbo pressure down a little bit and to try to clean it up a little bit, run a little bit smoother.
Yeah.
But, you know, like we said too, it could just also be the nerves. You know, like I said, I know how it is on comp day. You know, you can come in here and practice all day long and put down great lines, and then, you know, the day of the comp, it just all changes because you're actually, it's showtime. It's time to compete now. So.
And not to hold a crutch against Mike, but he's been having steering rack issues all week.
Really? I haven't practiced much with him, so I know he was having. He's on Logitech G29, and I was actually doing some grip racing with him earlier this week, and he was complaining about his wheel having an update and everything like that. So maybe that's what it could be. Is just he's having some Logitech problems. You know, that's that's
a huge thing he's been trying to troubleshoot this entire week. A lot of stress has been put on him to try and perform as good as he can, but you know, it's just those little things that can really choke up your car.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, I'm even going to go as far as to say Logitech, you know, step your game up, because I know a lot of guys in my server or in the ADL server, they use Logitechs, and every time there's a Logitech update that comes out, there seems to be another issue wrong with it, you know. So Logitech, I'm not sure quite exactly what you guys are doing, but I know that you guys are having a bunch of complaints over here on our end. So
Mike really spending a long time in the pits, and he's gonna head out. I think he is having steering rack issues.
He could be. That's probably what it is coming down to. Is he's just having some steering problems, some wheel issues.
You hate to see it, man.
Yeah, that new update came and really threw him off his game. I know he's a good driver. I've driven with him before the update, and you know, I didn't see any issues with him before. So that's unfortunate, though. You know, he's just rejoining the server, because I see SR20 is still sitting up here at the line. So maybe he's just rejoining the server because some lag or something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but
maybe we'll wait. We'll have to see.
Yeah, like I said, maybe the judges are giving him some leniency and allowing him to rejoin.
Hey guys, so just to clarify, Mike has no force feedback on the wheel. He asked me for, you know, can he get out and rejoin, and right before the run, and I sent it him by mistake. So we're gonna be rerunning this again. That was my fault.
Okay.
But his wheel's damaged, so he just needs to put the force feedback.
Okay.
So this
Alrighty.
we're gonna rerun this round.
No problem at all, man. Thank you for the heads up.
So
right.
we're right. He is having steering issues.
Yeah, there's our answer, and it's kind of cool how we can not even be part of the conversation and kind of tell what's going on. Being as we actually did this ourselves too. So very cool. That makes me kind of happy that we can notice such issues. Just by how the cars are driving and knowing the caliber of level these guys are actually on. So
absolutely.
I can't wait to see the runs when he does get back in here. It looks like he's coming up to the line now, so I can't wait to see what the runs are this time.
Yep. Seeing the SR20 is going to go and warm up his tires a little bit. He has been sitting there for quite a while, so that's very understandable.
Yes, and tire blankets are on the server today, so that could be, he knows that VDC tires tend to be more grippy on cold PSI than on warm temperatures rather than cold temperatures. So
need to warm them up just a little bit more. That's what I've been hearing from a lot of the guys. Even though we do have tire blankets on, it just doesn't seem to be enough heat in those tires.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. The VDC tires seem to operate better and have more grip under cold temperatures, from what I'm hearing myself at least.
Yeah, definitely. Well, they're lined up, getting ready to go here.
All right, they are off. Let's see what happens this round. Maybe Mike looks like Mike has some force feedback in his wheel now, putting together a clean run here so far. Putting that bumper right on the wall.
Really,
and right there in the second outer. Yeah. Mike with a heater of a lead run there, and SR20 needed to get a little bit of that proximity back throughout his run, but he stayed right there, didn't fall too far back, and he was still doing a good job on the chase position.
Definitely a little bit of a proximity issue, and also just trying to get out to all those zones.
Yes.
He was really shallow through two. He really overshot the inside clip coming into that last turn. Just a few things to clean up, but I can understand how hesitant he would be. It's been a really shaky start to the day. You can never really know.
All right.
Back off.
SR20 kid. Oh, Mike's in it too hot again. It looked like SR20 might have been going a little too slow on initiation.
Another interesting call for the judges. I wouldn't want to be in the position they are right now.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the judges call. I'm not sure quite exactly what it was, but it did look like SR20 might have been going a little bit too slow on initiation. So, be interesting call, really, like you said. Yeah, it'll be interesting call, like you said, to see what the judges say about the run. So,
yeah, he really was heavy on that handbrake. He was holding a very strong angle, and that may have slowed him down just a little bit more than Mike was expecting. So it's going to be interesting to see how the judges score this.
It will. It looks like they're back up at the line again. I don't know what for.
Well, definitely a day chock full of events here.
Yeah. Looks like we're struggling just to get away from the first run here.
Definitely.
But hey, the drivers were asking for pro cars, and we delivered. Maybe not on the track. Maybe not on the track that they wanted to, but hey. All right, SR20 kid is the one that took it, so he is going to be the one that moves on.
Oh, that's interesting. So Mike is deemed at fault for that contact.
That is what I'm assuming. Interesting call choice, but that's what the judges are there for. Maybe they've seen something we didn't. So,
but at least we're finally away from that first round. We can move on to some of the other drivers here.
Correct. Yeah. Up next is going to be Ego Smasher against Jamie.
Both the drivers in that Nissan Silva S14 going to be interesting how they both handle this course.
It is. I know this car is very temperamental and kind of a handful on this tight track here. So We'll see what happens.
Woo!
Jamie,
contact there from Jamie.
Jamie was really close on initiation. Looked like he did everything he could to avoid contact, but still managed to bump him just a little bit. But hey, both drivers finding their way around the track, and that is what we want to see.
Absolutely. A good bit of proximity there from Jamie. He was hitting those zones a little bit shallow, but overall, very good run by both drivers.
Yes, yeah, especially after contact being made on initiation. That is, that's pretty rare to see, you know, that drivers actually continue on after making contact with one another. So just glad.
Definitely got some troopers out here.
Yeah, I'm just glad we're not seeing any flops. You know, we're only the second run in of the first round, so, but you know, good to not see any drivers flop their way out of getting a victory.
Yep. You love to see those good races that come down to the wire.
That's exactly right. All right, here they go for their second run.
Oh, Jamie into the wall in initiation.
Coming in just a little too hot, need to be on the brakes a little bit more. You hate to see it.
I absolutely hate it.
Yep, you really do. So we'll have to see what the judges say. I'm assuming they're going to go with Ego Smasher on this run.
Yep. It's a little bit too much sauce, you know?
Yeah, that's all it was. And that is what the judges decided with. They went with Ego Smasher, so he will move on to round 2. And up next is Radamy against Reaver.
Definitely two very good drivers. It's going to be interesting to see how they take it here.
Yes, Radamy actually is with our streetcar pack. He has found a way to make the FC 3-wheel, which is very rare to see in street cars. And he was actually able to do so as well with the AE86 from the Gravy Garage pack. He's able to tune it to make it 3-wheel. So Reaver definitely knows how to put some grippy tunes on the cars. So we'll see if he's too gripped up to follow Radamy here today, or if he has just the perfect tune on it.
Yep, definitely gonna be interesting. We got Romney in the GT86, Reaver in the Toyota Mark II JZX. A little bit shallow through outside 1.
Yeah, Radamy missing the whole second outer zone, hitting the touch and go very nicely, but came out of the first zone fairly early, missed the last inner clip, and Reaver kind of just doing everything he could to stay with him as he was cutting them zones. So
he was right on in his door throughout that whole thing. He really put together a really good chase run. Sorry.
I would agree. I would have to agree with that.
Realistically, Romney really just needs to lay down a really good chase run here if he wants to stay in this competition.
Yes, that's what I would say as well. He'd have to really put it on Reaver's door here in his chase run to make the judges either say OMT or go his way.
Yep. Reaver just needs to hit all those zones and do what he needs to do. He has really good position lined up for him right here. Just needs to do what he does best.
All right, Reaver with a fairly good initiation, filling out that first zone and riding the bridge like we want drivers to do. Really good in the second outer zone, putting out a really good lead run here. Reaver is doing everything he needs to, crossing all his T's and dotting all his I's.
Yeah, really, that was a really good lead run.
It was very good lead run from Reaver there.
All the other drivers need to take notes. That's exactly how we want a lot of these drivers to take that course.
That was pretty much ideal lead run there from Reaver. And yes, I would agree with you. That is what the judges will be looking for today. And the judges did decide with Reaver. So
yep.
Good job on him. Radamy, better luck in the next competition, my friend. I know you probably can't hear me if you're not watching the live stream, but You know, best of luck to you. Good luck to all the drivers today, all the ones remaining. Up next, it looks like we have Time Flies against Stoner Monk. And that is the first 6 of our group. So the next 6 will be coming into the comp server. So it'll probably be just a minute here before we get our next run in. Oh, man. What a way to start the competition. Bunch of good runs and couple kind of shaky runs. So
definitely all around looking interesting today.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to see what the competition is going to be like further on in the competition today, during like round 3 and the semifinals and everything. I know that's usually about, you know, as it should be when the competition really starts to heat up and get really, really, really good and gets really hard on the judges as well.
Yeah.
Being a I would say former, but I know that I'm going to have to eventually judge some competitions in the future. It definitely does get hard around round 3 when the drivers start really trying their best and, you know, they're in contention for a win. They definitely put on the best show that we could possibly ask for.
Yeah. I'm really glad that I've never had to be in the judge's seat. That is definitely a tough position.
It's pretty tough, you know. Like I said, round 1 or round 2, it's kind of easy, you know, to make a call. Sometimes it can still be pretty difficult, you know. If we're at an easy track, it could definitely be really difficult. Like if we were at like a really wide open track, you know, with these cars today, like a Rockingham track or like a Bruno or something like that, then the judging would definitely be much, much harder because they're just pretty much wide open tracks for the most part. So that's kind of why we decided to go with a track like this, to A, make it easier on the judges, and B, you know, make the drivers really have to put in their time, you know, to earn that win, or, you know, even a podium finish for that matter. You know, you really got to put the time in and the seat time in on this track to be in contention for a victory.
Definitely know a week wasn't enough time for me to nail this track. With how much I would have loved to be out there racing with these guys, man. These guys have a lot of skill.
Yes, they do. You know, if you can even complete a track or complete a lap in these cars around this track, then in my eyes, you definitely you have some skills that others don't. That is for sure.
Skills to pay the bills, baby.
That's exactly right.
And it seems we have our 2 drivers lined up here, Stoner and Time Flies.
Yes, and Time Flies actually just joining into the comp. He I don't know if he had any practice or not for this competition, but I do know that he just joined into the competition this right during the driver's call, during driver's meeting or during roll call, trying to completely fill up the bracket is when he actually joined in. So he's coming in here really cold and putting down a lead like that. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't be able to tell.
Yep, exactly. A little shallow through outside too, but overall a very good run for someone who joined in last minute.
Yes, I would agree. And Stoner Monk, on the other hand, has been putting in all the practice he possibly can for the whole 2 weeks that we had the server set up. He was in here almost every day putting in practice. So going to be interesting to see what happens here on the second run. Time Flies getting really close. Stoner Monk looking like he's a little shallow.
Oh man.
Overall, not doing a very bad job in the lead run there. In that, which one is that? That's the E92 M3, I think. So, very good run.
Not too bad of a run there. A little bit shallow. You really kind of dipped out a little bit early through outside 1. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. But personally, I think Time Flies definitely sealed that one away. Had a beautiful lead run, and he's right there with Stoner.
He was from initiation. He shallowed up a little bit on initiation, you know, but he didn't stumble. He made the immediate correction and stuck with him throughout the rest of the run. So, gonna be interesting to see what the judges say here, though.
Yeah.
As we zoom in here to both the drivers sitting here lined up. I love when the drivers do this, when they go line up next to each other after the run.
Definitely.
If only we had a little virtual dude standing over here to send the guys, send the winner away. Looks like Time Flies is looking out over into the mountains over here at the view, or the trees, I should say.
Yep. And that really looks like a peanut butter and jelly JZX.
It really does. The paint scheme. All right. What are the judges gonna say? Time Flies is the one that drove away. So, is he the winner? Oh, getting a little bit of lag on my end. Oh, it says computer occupancy at 99%. I haven't seen that in quite some time.
Oh man.
That's a scary sight to see when you're streaming the competition.
Yeah, not very ideal.
No, it's not. It's really not. You know, I don't know. It's because we're running these VDC cars or what it is, but you know, like I said, I haven't seen that warning in quite some time, so it's interesting to see that up there again. Hopefully, we'll last through the competition.
Yep. Hopefully, we're still doing okay.
Yeah, I just checked the live stream. It seems like we're still doing good. The volumes are still peaking well, so I think we're doing all right.
All right.
Could also be because some of the drivers in here have a super high ping, so they're sharing pings with the other drivers in here with us, even ourselves, you know, even though we're not driving.
Yeah, definitely. That's understandable.
Judges are really judges went with Time Flies. Okay. They deliberated for quite a while on that call, and they gave it to Time Flies as he sits here and does his donut. And he will move on. Stoner Monk, my friend, if you're listening to the competition, better luck in the next one.
Definitely had something there. He definitely did not go down without a fight.
No, he didn't. You know, like I said, the judges, they deliberated for a good while on that call, so, you know, he put in a good fight, like you said.
Yep.
Oh, and up next we got Hydra and Siwas. Hydra actually a manager of ADL. He's in the C6 Corvette.
Siwas a little bit behind there. He's kind of trying to close up proximity.
Oh, it looks like he did. Hydra putting on a really solid lead run here. Siwas bumping Hydra a little bit, almost pushing him into that wall, but Hydra said not today and hung on and put down a really tremendous lead lap.
Definitely another one of those runs that we really like to see from those lead drivers.
That is right. He had a
lot of work to do.
He does. Even though Hydra, he had a lot of angle going into that sweeper, he still managed to pull it together and finish out the rest of the run.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what Hydra can do in his chase run. Siwas riding all the way out to the bridge, like we were saying in the driver's call or driver meeting today. That's what we're expecting. Wow. Oh, it looked like Hydra, that bump might have messed him up a little bit. Both drivers maybe even a little bit got messed up by that bump there, but hey, they still crossed the line sideways, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
I would really hate to be in the judge's position right about now because that is not going to be an easy one to call.
Yeah, Hydra had a lot more proximity on that chase run, so I feel like that's maybe what pushes them on to the next round, but you never know. It's definitely a tough call for these judges.
It really is, and both of them, you know, they had to make up ground on initiation. Both drivers did, and you know, they pretty much both of them stuck there, you know, throughout the rest of the run for the most part. You know, like you said, Hydra definitely had a little bit more proximity than Siwas did, but both drivers still doing a really good job, both lead and chase.
Yep.
Hydra actually, he just started using VDC cars only about, I'd say 3 weeks ago was his first time ever using the VDC cars, and I think he did really well with just now in that C6 Corvette.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the amount of effort these drivers put in. It's really spectacular to see.
Oh yeah, day in and day out, they're in here practicing from the time they get home from work. You know, whenever we have a competition and it's set and the brackets posted and everything, they're really putting in, you know, all the effort they feel like they can to be top competitors on competition day. So it makes me really happy to see all these guys coming in here and you know, wanting to be a part of the league and everything. It's great to be a part of something like this. You know, words can't even put, I can't even put words to it, honestly. You know, it's a really good feeling knowing that the community that is here is, A, they're all very helpful, B, they're supportive and, willing to help out anybody, whether they're new, old, anything. Just I love it. Great community to be a part of, I think, and really cool to see.
Yep, definitely. Great group of guys we got.
It is. I'm very proud of everybody in here, and even when there's kids in here, they mind their manners and even help them out as much as they possibly can. Looks like the judges gave it to Hydra, so Hydra's gonna move on to the next round. Good job to him, Siwas. Better luck in the next competition, my friend, if you're watching.
Yep, definitely put in a good run there, but just wasn't enough on that chase run, it seems.
That's probably what it came down to, because he did put down a fairly decent lead run. Hydra definitely filled out all the zones, I would say, a little bit better than Siwas did, but either way, the judges still took a little bit of time with it, made sure they were making the right call, and I feel like they did. So,
yep.
All right, up next is Big Chief against Densi.
Densi?
Densi. That's a really hard name to say.
Yeah, that is.
It doesn't look like it should be that hard to say, but it's fairly hard to. Doesn't just roll off the tongue very easily. So, and he's in the D-Max S15. I love this car, but this is a very hard car to get around this track because of how stiff and grippy it is. Not the easiest car, that is for sure.
Yeah.
But it is a beautiful looking car. VDC did a great job with this model. I absolutely love it, and it sounds incredible. Just listen to that. Just listen to it. I'm not sure if that actually has, the SR20 engine in it, or if it doesn't, but either way, still sounds really good, especially when it's on limiter.
Mm-hmm. Definitely one of those better sounding cars. A lot of these cars, not really the greatest sounding. Some of them have like a little bit of a very obnoxious high pitched whine that seems very unnatural.
I would have to agree with you. They definitely do. Some of the sounds feel like they're lacking a good bit from the VDC pack, but I mean, hey, they make up for it in how they feel. I think I think that's the reason why they are the golden standard of pro cars in Assetto today. So hopefully the ADL pack will change that, though, and the ADL pack will be the golden standard of the pro competitions as far as public cars go. That's my hopes, at least. We'll see how it goes, though.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I did some testing on the pro cars last night. After a few minor physics changes and some tire changes, and they are feeling great. And there's also two big surprises in that car pack for everybody that nobody knows about just quite yet, and can't wait to see what everybody thinks of them.
All right, guys. So Big Chief's car is broken. He won't be able to make it to the line. So
his car is broken.
His wheel will not turn back on. Straight off, and it won't turn back on. So he's, just had to give it to Dempsey at this point. I mean, he can't get it to turn on.
That's unfortunate, man. That really sucks. All right, all right. Dempsey's gonna move on. Good job, dude. Big Chief, hopefully get your wheel fixed before the next competition.
Yeah, that's definitely a bummer.
It is. You hate to see it, especially when you know how much time these guys put into competition day, or before competition day, just to have some mechanical errors before their run comes up. And it happens more often than you might think. Also, it happens a good bit, believe it or not. The day of the comp. I don't know if it's if it's all factual. If it's just kind of like excuses guys are making or not. But it does happen a good bit where drivers are having like mechanical mishaps with their wheels. Yeah. So, but I mean, it is what it is. I guess that's just a part of being in a virtual competition league. So,
yep. We got the last three matches here to close out round one.
Yes, sir. It will be Tyler against Freakenstees. I kept calling him Frankenstees for the longest time, but it's actually Freakenstees. And then after that will be Syndrome against Murph Terps, and then it will be Demota against Major Penis. So I still think his name is so funny.
Definitely one of the best here in the comp.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not only was it a great movie, but I mean, the movie Major Pain was a great movie, but it's a great play on the title as well.
Yeah.
But over the last week or so, I've been doing a lot of talking with Major, and great dude. He's awesome. He's a big help, and his last name is actually Payne, so it's like a triple play. So, but he said, I don't want to put him on blast or anything, but he said back in the day in high school, all his buddies made fun of him and called him Penis. So that's kind of why he went with it. And Tyler here, Tyler VR right here in the GT86, he has been a very good contender in the ADL competition so far. Had to take a couple weeks off, but he said he had to get in on this pro comp today. And I'm really glad he's back. He's definitely a great driver, and he I'm not sure how much of his work he has cut out against Freakenstees, as I've never really driven with Freakenstees quite as much. But I know Tyler himself, he is a great driver, and he's a great dude as well. And I'm really happy to have him back in the competitions.
I'd love to see it. It's gonna definitely be interesting as we get to the later parts of this first round here, really whittling down the competition.
Yeah. After, like I said, after round 2, when you move on to round 3, that's when things really heat up, and it's going to get really exciting. And I think we're going to have a lot of good battles later on, because a lot of the guys do like these VDC cars, and they practice with them a lot, whether it be with pro drivers or just their own buddies setting up their own servers or whatever it may be. But I know a lot of these guys do drive with the VDC cars a lot. And it looks like we're skipping past Tyler and Freakenstees' battle and moving to Syndrome and Murph Turk's battle. Maybe Freakenstees was having some mechanical issues as well.
Maybe. Can I just say that RX-7 is one of the most badass cars I've seen in a long time.
Oh, it looks good. It sounds good. This is probably one of the most rowdiest cars in the VDC pack. I would say these two cars sitting at the line, and along with the S15, are the 3 rowdiest cars in the VDC public pack. And they're just, you got to be on your game to drive these cars. That is for sure. It's cool to see guys, using cars that aren't the easiest to drive in the competition, especially at a track that's not that easy to drive as well. So just showing you these guys are up for anything. And here they go. They're off for their first battle. Syndrome against Murph Terps.
Good initiation by both drivers.
It really was. Murph Terps trying to close that gap there a little bit. Keeps surging up on his door a little bit. Keeping it right there. Murph Terps, one of the drivers that really does a bunch of practicing in the VDC cars. Fell back a little bit after the sweeper, but overall, great runs by both drivers. No big errors. They kept it smooth and clean throughout the whole run. No bumps, no taps, no anything.
Absolutely.
And with like I said, in these cars, that's a hard thing to do. So huge props to these drivers.
Yep. Definitely it's going to have to come down to this run here.
I would say so. Now here they go. They initiate. Murph coming in really hot. Wow. Both drivers is really good. Oh, Murph putting 2 tires, body in that inner clip there. Keeping his back tire right on that white line going through the sweeper, though. And Syndrome putting it right on his door going to the last inner clip. Syndrome with a really phenomenal chase run there. Both drivers did a great job, but I would have to say Syndrome's chase run was just a little bit better than Murph Terp's chase run.
Yeah.
But
Murph Terp really cutting it really deep into that first inside clip on his chase and his lead.
Yeah, he did. Oh, and the judges already came back and said Syndrome, so I'm assuming that's what it came down to, was the fact that Murph, did put 2 tires over that inner clip, the first inner clip, just putting 2 tires over the white line there, and just completely running through that inner clip there. So
yeah, I'll cancel your run there. You need to be careful with that. Like that's an automatic like send off there.
Yeah,
Much.
especially if the your opponent doesn't do that. Yes, that's a huge deduction, and that's something that we talked about in the drivers meeting as well. Is, you know, 2 tires or even 1 tire over that white line on the first inner zone is a huge, you know,
Huge
point
no-no.
deduction. Yes.
Yep.
So you hate to see it though. Murph is a great driver, and
Yep.
just sucks to see him go out so soon. But he did have his work cut out for him going against Syndrome, who's also a really good driver as well. So
Definitely one of the better battles we've seen in this first round for sure.
oh yeah, I just can't wait to see this battle here. Tyler, like I said, taking a couple weeks off, coming back, and he just absolutely gaps Frankenstees. Oh, and he sends it into the wall. Frankenstein said he's going to go ahead and finish out his run here. Tyler getting back online. Looks like he's going to finish out his run as well.
You hate to see it, man.
You really do. You really do, especially from guys that are like I said, on that level of skill that Tyler's on. You know, it's unfortunate, you know, but any little thing can happen out here. You know, you're just slightly not enough brake, and you know you're going into the wall. So or even too much brake and you're going backwards. You know, it's very hard track, very temperamental track. So
definitely I want to say a huge problem Mike was having, but he was really sending every time into that initiation was a backy.
Yeah,
definitely cool to see, but very not helpful in style of control.
right. Frankenstein's looks like he came out of the first inner zone really early, missed the second inner, came out of the second outer early, and looked like he really struggled on that lead run there. So
really, but truthfully, like he didn't need to put down that great of a run. He just needed to keep his car in line with
right.
that.
Yeah, that could have been what he was doing, was just playing it safe, because he knew that, you know, Tyler had an incomplete on his first run. So
Yep.
you know, maybe that's all it was. He was just playing it safe and, you know, not trying to give himself an incomplete as well. So
Yep.
but
Definitely.
that can also be, you also got to be careful about that, because, you know, if you play it too safe and you don't run a chaseable lead, then that can also be an incomplete on your end. So, you know, I think he did good enough though to where, you know, it wouldn't be deemed an unchaseable lead. And that is who they gave it to. They did give it to Freakenstein, so he will move on.
Yeah.
And an unfortunate first run from Tyler, but hey, a victory is a victory in this league, especially with these cars. So
yeah, definitely a huge weight off of Frankenstein's shoulders. I can tell you that.
it is. But I'll tell you this much: in his next battle against Free Trial, he'll have to go in there in that practice server and put in some laps. And this
definitely.
right here, I've watched these two drivers compete against each other in the practice all week. They have put in hours and hours and hours on this track with each other. And I don't want to see them battle each other in the first run, but hey, you know, there can only be one winner today, and we'll see what happens. But Major shouting up a good bit there. But Demoto looks like he's putting down a really clean lead run here so far. Getting really close to that wall through the sweeper, pouring on the angle, going into the last inner clip. Missed it by a good bit, but kept it clean and avoided contact.
Really unfortunate there for Major. He had a good run throughout the rest, but he just really shallowed out through that first turn. I wonder how much that's going to hurt him.
We'll have to see after this run here. Like I said, both these drivers put in loads of time. Like I said, hours upon hours of practice in this server, preparing for this competition. So we'll see what happens. Maybe he's going to try to pull away from Demoda here a little bit in his lead run.
A little shallow.
Yeah, a little needed to put in some more work. Demoda looked like he cut that inner clip there in the chase. Oh man.
Wow. That is gonna be a hard scoring run there.
It is. That's gonna be tough for the judges to make a decision on, because everywhere Major lacked, Demoda, or everywhere Major was good at, Demoda lacked, and everywhere Major lacked, Demoda was good at. So I think
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it one more time here.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised either, just because both drivers are capable of so much more. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if the judges say, hey, you know, you guys give us something better to judge off of. You know, everywhere one of you guys messed up, the other one was good at. So, you know, give us a better judgment to go off of. So, because I know that. Be interesting. Yes, it all comes down to, you know, how much of the zones they missed and everything like that at the end of the day. So
we will see.
I think both these cars look so good. This S14, I think it's a Zenki. That's an S14 Zenki, right?
That's a Zenki, yep.
And the GT86. I wonder if VDC in their next public pack that they're going to release, if they don't release a public pack, or if they do, I'm sorry, if they do release another public pack, I wonder if they're going to have the GR86 in there instead of the GT86.
That would be really interesting. It, honestly, to me, is it's a better looking car, and I'd love to see it out here in this.
I wasn't the biggest fan of them when they first released, but you know, after watching some FPJ events, I will have to say they are some really good looking cars. I mean, very, very sporty looking cars, especially in the FPJ circuit. Yeah, they definitely put some good kits on the cars over there in Formula Drift Japan, and I'd love to see them in the game. That is for sure. I know Major Panis actually right here. His pro car, his private car is actually a GR86. So
wow.
Yeah, and it looks really, really good. He showed me pictures of it and everything. He has quite a few private cars, and man, definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to modeling cars. He has some really good looking models, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, good.
I was just saying, I seen one of the judges typing, and now he's not typing anymore, and no messages came through yet. So maybe they're deliberating a little bit more on who the winner was. So,
well, I was just gonna say we have a large range of personalities in this league for sure.
Oh yeah, there definitely is. A lot of drivers prefer American Muscle. A lot of drivers are like, you know, if it's not a JDM car, it's not the right car, you know. So I mean, and then we have those guys that like the weird things, you know, where you have like drift trucks and stuff like that, you know. So huge diversity in the league for sure.
I'm not a huge fan of American Muscle, but if I have the chance to drift a Mustang, I will always take it.
Oh yes, I would love to see. I know it just released, and it's not even released yet. But and they have so many different versions of it coming out. The new S650 Mustang, yeah. Ford released so many different models of it, and I would love to see some of them in Assetto, you know, in the future, or maybe even possibly in Assetto Corsa 2 when that does release. You know, just seeing them like Kunos making them themselves. You know, it'd be a great car to add into the game, and I know that it'd be a good platform to build off of. You know, I know a lot of guys are tired of the S550, so seeing the S650 in the game would be very interesting. You know, just seeing what all the guys, the crazy modders that Assetto has, be interesting to see what they do.
Yep,
all
definitely.
Right, and the judges gave it to Demoda, so he's going to move on to the next round. Right. And we are done with the first round, so now we're going to move on to round 2. Good job, Demoda. Major, better luck in the next competition if you are listening, man. Hate to see you go out so soon with how much time you put in, but you definitely had a good opponent.
Definitely. Definitely another one of those really good runs in the first round. Both two really good drivers. You hate to see them leave so soon, but you know, it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
It is, you know, you don't want it to go that way. You'd rather have everybody, you know, put down their best run they possibly can every single time. But hey, sometimes, you know, it just doesn't happen that way. So it's unfortunate.
But things will definitely be heating up in the round of 16 here.
Hello.
What's up, man?
We will be taking a 5-minute break. Let them get used to each other, and then we'll come back in 5.
Okay, all right. You just hop in, chat with us, and let us know when we're ready. Well, I'll go ahead and send the live stream to commercial break, And like I said, whenever you guys are ready, you just hop back in here and let us know when we're ready to go.
I perfect.
Cool. Hey guys, welcome back to the live stream. Thank you for joining us again after the break. We're getting ready to start the second round. We're just letting the drivers get a few more practice runs in. We figured it'd be pretty cool for us to jump back over into the comp stream and allow you guys to get some raw audio of the cars while they're doing their practice runs. So we'll stay silent and just say a few things here and there, but just let you guys have a listen of the cars. Oh, also make sure to hit the like button. Sorry, I completely forgot about that.
All right, boys, we are ready to start sending them.
All right, the live stream's already going, so whenever you guys are ready, you guys go ahead and send them off.
Okay, good deal.
Sweet, sweet. All right, well, you guys didn't get much audio, but that's all right, I guess. Get at least one more run in here. The RPS 13 and the C6. These two cars have really good sounds, I think.
Some of the best of the pack we have here.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Supercharger on the S14 is insane.
Absolutely.
All right, and we are starting the second round.
Sweet 16, baby.
That is right. Sweet 16. Make sure everybody drops a big W in the chat for Vroom today. The additional commentator, he's killing it. I just want you guys to make sure to show some support for him as well. So, like I said, make sure you guys are dropping a W in the chat for our boy here as well.
Appreciate it. Definitely has been fun.
Hey man, it's been fun having you, that's for sure. We already got a couple W's dropped in there for you, man. Hell yeah.
It's not over. We're not even halfway there.
Yeah, we're not even halfway through yet, man. We'll about midway through this round, we'll be halfway.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, hey, the comp's going real smooth so far. You know, it's not taking too long. Usually it would have been a little bit longer up to this point. So really awesome that it's flowing the way that it is. But it looks like we got our next two up right now. We got Ben and SR20 at the line right now. Here they go. They are off for the first run of the second round. Ben with a really good initiation right on the bridge like you want to see. SR20 making up some room here, or making up some of that proximity back. Oh, it looks like SR20 might have over-rotated a little bit. Got in that last inner. Maybe just a small over-rotation. That's unfortunate.
Definitely had a good chase lead going there. Ben Crawford making a little bit of a mistake out and outside two, was running a bit shallow, but SR20 was killing it. You hate to see that. He was right at the end there.
He really was. All he can hope for right now is that Ben, makes a mistake, on the same kind of level that one was. I wouldn't go as far as to say it was an incomplete by SR20, but it was definitely a huge hiccup on his end.
Yep.
Oh, and he just goes wide. Oh, caught it. And yeah.
That's gonna end his run. Yeah, he straightened out there.
Yeah, Ben straightened up. But do you think that was the consequence of SR20, going too far off track there? That's what I would have to say. I would have to put fault on SR20 myself if I was a judge today for, causing Ben to do that to avoid contact. This is a huge part of this is they practice accident avoidance all the time, in here. And, that's just something that they do is they don't want to make contact with each other because they know that if they do, then that could be automatic fall on them. So
yeah,
he kind of left him. Go ahead.
That over rotation definitely killed SR20 there. It really kills a lot of your speed.
It does.
Throws a lot of pressure on that chase driver just to maneuver out of it.
It does. And that's exactly, I'm assuming, how the judges seen it, because they also went Ben as well. So Ben is going to be the one to move on at SR20. Better luck in the next competition, man. Hopefully we'll see you out in the next one, as we will be back in the street cars for the next competition. And the next round is Ego against Reaver. This one should be a very, very good battle here.
Two very good drivers.
Yes, I'm really excited to see what happens here. Both drivers were absolutely smashing it in practice. And Reaver is a super aggressive driver, so don't be surprised if he gets right on Ego's door. Just like that, putting his wheel right to his door.
Just like that. Right off the bat.
Oh, and Ego going into the wall. You hate to see it. He heard that JZX behind him, and he knew that he was trying to run away from him. He just pulled on a little bit too much angle, and trying to put his best show on out here. And man, you hate to see it,
Really do.
But it happens. It definitely happens. So,
with the track as tight as this, there is no doubt that those walls are going to be out for blood today.
Oh, 100%. And there's almost, whoa, camera freaked out a little bit there. Oh, it looked like Reaver reset back to the pits, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's what happened. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he just reset to the pits.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, this track definitely gives you no leeway for mistakes. So.
Yep. And they're off.
Here they go for their second battle. Oh, Reaver bumping Ego off track right into the barrier. Head-on collision with the barrier.
Oh, my.
And I definitely think that this one is going to... I don't know what they're going to call here, the judges.
It just comes back down to was that... I don't know. Was it... why am I blanking on his name?
Reaver or Ego?
Ego, there we go. But are they going to deem it Ego's fault for not giving him space?
I don't know, because even if he had to see Reaver coming over on him, and even then he had enough time. They were rubbing each other to where he had enough time to hit the brakes to avoid from hitting that wall. But still, I don't know. Like I said, it depends on how the judges are calling it, because this is a super narrow track. So, you don't have a lot of room here to initiate, and, not everybody does the straight handbrake pull, going into this initiation. So,
that same situation with SR20 and Mike. How far is the line going to go for these lead drivers?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I wouldn't be surprised if the judges, maybe the judges have already said something, and I'm just slacking. Reaver and the wall. Oh, man. So they gave it to Reaver. The judges said the Reaver and the wall got the W on that one. Okay, well, there you have it. I guess that is what they're calling it. The chase driver does need to give the lead driver room for initiation because of how tight it actually is. So there we have it. At least we know now for sure what it is. So we got our next battle up right here. We got Josh against Time Flies. Two great drivers. Josh, very familiar with the VDC cars, and Time Flies, not having much practice, definitely put in a great run on his first battle.
Most definitely.
Getting real close to Josh here on his chase
right
run.
On his door.
Not quite as much angle as Josh, but definitely right there with him. Not allowed him any breathing room. Sticking real close with him. Great runs by both drivers there. That was awesome. That is exactly what we come to see day in, day out. That is what we want to see.
Definitely, you love to see it. Those are the runs that get you on the edge of your seat.
Yes, for sure. Cole the Beast in live chat right now. He's laughing at Ego. He's laughing at Ego for hitting the wall. I didn't want to laugh at it, but I kind of had to. You didn't leave me any choice. All right, so here they go for their second run. Time flies against Josh. Josh Oxley, even with his name being red like it is, meaning he has a really high ping. Wow, still able to get really close to Reaver.
Oh my!
I would really hate to be a judge right about now. Wow, that was awesome.
Wow.
He was as close as he could possibly get and matching his angle to perfection. Wow. Like I said, I
overshot the inside just a little bit, but I don't think that's enough cause for concern to really put Time Flies down for this, but definitely wouldn't want to be in the judge's position.
No, absolutely not. I would have no other way to call that other than OMT. And in all honesty, you know, just off first watch, you know, not going back and watching the replay or anything, but yeah. I mean, off like I said, off of watching it live, that's what I would call it.
Yeah. You know, I could see why they would give it to Josh due to the angle that he was holding with the chase run.
Yeah, matching the angle and having that much of proximity. Yes, I could also see.
So I could see why they would want to give it to him, just because Time Flies was a little bit more shallow on the angle on his chase run, but I could more see this going to a one more time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I could honestly see it going all three ways, to be completely honest. You know, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with the OMT with Josh or Time Flies. You know, honestly, it depends on what the judges see, because I know that they're going back and watching the replay right now multiple times to really come up with their answer and really, you know, picking and choosing on what was a big Time Flies given. Oh, they gave it to Time Flies. I'm assuming maybe because he had more proximity duration than Josh had. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, they gave it to Time Flies.
I would really want an explanation on that one. That one is,
I'm sure.
Congrats to Time Flies, but like.
Oh, for sure. Huge congrats to Time Flies. And I'm sure that, you know, if I was Josh, I would definitely be going to the judges' call and asking why it went the way that it did, you know, for an explanation. But Josh is a pretty easmost guy. And, you know, he doesn't really seem to get too butthurt about the calls because he's just here for fun anyway at the end of the day, as most of the drivers are. But there are those few that definitely, you know, think that they win everything that they enter in. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's just all for fun, and that's all we're here for. It's just to have a great time. So, but
definitely, congrats to Time Flies. A very close battle. I'm honestly impressed by both those two drivers.
I am too.
See them about this soon.
I am too, and that's when we hit round 3. That's how all the rest of the runs are going to be from here on out. So, I'm definitely interested in seeing what is to come in the next couple of rounds for sure.
Very excited.
And then up next, we got Ronnie Slides against Hydra. Hydra, if you remember correctly, he put down a killer lead run on his first battle. So let's see if he can capitalize on that and do the same in this round against the guy that is making his first showing so far in this competition today because of how the bracket situation works out. So Ronnie Slides making his first introduction to this comp today, and then up next will be Culver against Dempsey after that. And I will say, get your popcorn ready for that battle, because Culver is a killer. I mean, he is top notch when it comes to all cars for that matter. I mean, pro, street, anything. I mean, he is a hell of a driver. And I can't wait to see what happens when in that next battle.
Can't wait. And they're off.
Culver said, "Don't say that. I hate this track." All right, here we go. Oh, Hydra bumping him. Hydra bumping Ronnie. Ronnie, the first driver today in the S13, the regular S13. Hydra just getting a little bit too aggressive there on initiation. You know, really wanting to grab that door.
Yep. You hate to see it. It's
You
gonna
do.
definitely gonna be interesting to see how Hydra's gonna want to recover from this.
He's gonna have to put down that 99-point lead run here again if he wants to impress the judges. That's for sure. You know, but then again, you know, Ronnie could have slowed down a little bit too much or something. You know, you never know. You never know what happens. So here goes Hydra on his initiation. Really good initiation from Hydra, right up on the bridge like you want to see. Ronnie looks like he has that. Yeah, it looks like he has that S13 really gripped up, and he's struggling to chase that C6. That C6 definitely is a little bit of a looser car than most, so.
Yeah, Ronnie, unfortunately, very shallow through those first 2 turns there. I really just gripped up throughout it. He got a little bit, he got this proximity back and his angle back through the last couple of turns.
Yeah. Oh, I heard one of them hit the horn there.
But it's definitely going to be interesting to see if Ronnie was at fault for that first contact. Well, we're gonna see with how the judges score this.
It's definitely going to be interesting. I know they're probably going to deliberate for a long time on you know, the call, and it's all going to come down to that contact, who they see at fault for that contact, because on the chase on the second run there wasn't really anything to, you know, that would take away from the contact on the first run. So we'll just have to see what they say.
Yeah. Contact, the biggest killer in this event today.
It is, and they seen it as Hydra's fault, and they gave it to Ronnie Slides. So Ronnie will move on. Hydra will be knocked out. I know you're listening, Hydra. Good job, man. You definitely put on a good show here today and gave us some interesting interesting things to watch. Couldn't get it out. All right, and here is Culver against Dempsey. Both these drivers were just talking in chat, so let's see what they do here on their first battle. All right, Culver initiates. Coming out of that first zone a little early, not quite right on the wall.
Oh, Dempsey, really shallow.
Oh, Dempsey, he did straighten up. He came to almost a complete stop at that S15. Culver with a really smooth lead run there.
Yeah. Now that's definitely a rough one.
Yeah. Oh, Denji, Denji getting taken out by the cones.
Oh man. Yeah, that just unfortunate. You hate to see it. That was a really good lead run by Culver.
It was. I would say the only mistake that he really made was coming out of that first zone a little early and not making his way out to that bridge. But other than that, he really cleaned it up there towards the end, and, you know, great run. All right, let's see what Denji does. Denji right on that white line on initiation. Culver's still not going anywhere. Culver not quite as deep into that zone as Denji was.
A little bit wide there.
I think Culver might have just been playing it safe because of the first run. You know, if he did know that what happened on the first run, but you know, chances are he didn't. You know, because he's too focused on his battle at the current moment. So,
yeah, you never know. You never know. But definitely playing it a little bit reserved there. It looked like.
I would say so as well. They did end up giving the win to Culver as we expected. Yep. Can't wait to see what he does in the next round. Culver, if I were you, man, I would definitely go be putting in some practice in that practice server, man.
Yeah, definitely work on that chase if he was putting it in his all.
Yeah, I know you. I know you got what it takes to go into the finals, man. Jason, I can't wait for the next street comp as well, man. Definitely looking forward to it.
We got Albersic.
Yes, Albersic against Freakenstees.
And they're off.
Albersic leaving Frankensteins in that GT86. Completely walked away from that E92.
All the way up
to the wall. Albersic bumping the wall and he's straightened up.
No. You hate to see it.
He was putting down such a solid lead run up until that point. Just got a little bit too much of that bumper into that wall. And these walls are not forgiving here at this track, so...
The podium wall taking its first victim. which is actually very surprising because I thought a lot more incidents were going to come from that wall, but it seems like that first initiation is where a lot of drivers are tripping up.
It is. I would have to say so as well. And I think I just realized who Cold a Beast was in the chat with his next message. That would have to be our boy Cream. He's
contact!
Albersick bumping Frankensteez, but Frankensteez holding it together.
Yeah.
And not allowing him to run him off course at all. And finishing out his run really nice.
Yep, a little bit wide through that inside clip, but definitely with the... Honestly, it's not going to come down to much. That contact with that outside 2 wall, man, it just... Oh, man.
Yeah, that will be the end-all be-all on this track today, you know, especially when we get further into the competition. Drivers are going to really be pushing it to really impress the judges, and I think we're going to see, you know, maybe possibly some more contact with that wall. So, But only time will tell. So
only time will tell.
But Cream, I'm glad you're with us in the live stream, man. That's awesome. They did give it to freaking Steez. He will move on. Albersick, he if I remember correctly from the previous competitions, he seems to have issues with the walls not all the time, but sometimes he seems to have issues with the walls, you know, and he just seems like he's one of them aggressive drivers that really comes and tries to put on the best show he can for our viewers and for our judges. Yeah. And you know, I think he does a really good job. You know, he just needs to learn to stay away from the walls just a little bit more. Is all he needs to do.
Definitely a big, like, I want to I guess say a learning curve for a lot of drivers. Just not really like sending it all the way out there. It's very difficult to ride those walls as close as a lot of these drivers do. Definitely something that comes with a lot of time and experience.
Yeah, because I mean, it comes down to flow at the end of the day. Because if you go in too slow, then you're going to jump out of the zone too quickly. And if you go in too hot, well, then you know what happens is you make contact with the wall. So, you know, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Is just keeping that nice steady flow and really putting in the seat time in the practice to get in. You know, to make sure that you know the line and everything like that. All right, so
we have our next 2 drivers coming up to the line here.
Yes, sir. We got Free Trial against Tempest, and then after that, Free Trial against Syndrome, and after that will be Tempest against Demoda.
And I'll close out our round of 16.
Yes, it will. Then we'll move on to the Great 8.
Yeah, can't wait.
I can't wait for the Great 8 either. Oh no! I'm glad they didn't go yet because the camera acted really funky just now and shot me way out into the woods. So I'm glad they didn't go just yet. That would have been, they would have had nothing to judge on. So glad they didn't send him off.
Yep.
All right, and here they go. They are off. Oh, a little slow in the initiation.
They're still holding on to it. Oh, a little bit of contact with that outside wall.
Oh, and that is going to incomplete him for his first run, but Syndrome and the RX-7 hold it together, putting down a really good chase run. Even though he didn't have much to chase there, he still kept it together and finished solid. You know, kept a really good run.
Definitely, it's not what you want to see there for Free Trial. Definitely the wall got him again. It's
really not. You know, it's unfortunate to see. No. Oh man, camera is acting all kinds of whack, and I'm scared to move it. But here we go. Excuse me, sorry. Syndrome and the RX-7. I'd say probably Free Trial sending it right into his wall. Man, we're gonna need a tow truck out here on the track. Syndrome is probably thinking right now, what just happened? If you're in VR right now, I would hate to be that RX-7. That is for sure. Good thing this is a virtual competition and not a real life competition, because
that would have been really scary right there. That was a massive contact.
Oh yeah, we would have had we needed a whole day to clean up the track after a contact like that.
Man, just man, Free Trial really just sent it. He really was, wow. I can't.
The chat said deleted. Rest in peace, his wrists. Man, Syndrome, I really hope you're not on a direct drive wheel because yes, R.I.P. to his wrists for sure. Because that would have really hurt his hands if he is on direct drive.
Oh,
wow.
man.
That was exciting almost, but at the same time, you don't want to see a contact like that being made further, this far to the competition. But I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Or that's not what it comes down to. That's what happens sometimes.
Free Trial was definitely trying to put on the best chase run he could, but in turn, really sent it very hard into Syndrome there.
He was full sending it, and he was not hitting the brakes.
D-cell zone, what's that?
I don't know what brakes are. My car didn't come with him. All right, so we're moving on to Tempest and Demota, and I do believe that this is the final battle of the second round.
And
all right, let's see what Tempest can do in the F-22 Eurofighter. Demota in the GT86. Wow, right out to the bridge. Oh, that wall is just getting so many people today. But I mean, he might have made contact with it, and it might have slowed him up a good bit. But I don't think I don't think it incompleted him. But it definitely took a lot of points off of his run for that. So huge. The scale is tipping towards Demota's way massively after that first run.
Yeah, I feel like I jinxed that wall. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I jinxed it.
Hey man,
as soon as I said like it hasn't been claiming too many people.
Up until we might have just jinxed it for sure.
Oh man. Good initiation there, dipping out a little bit early.
Demota with a perfect job hitting that inner clip there. Not quite as deep as you'd like to see in the second outer zone, but really putting on, getting really close to that wall there, going into the inner clip. Demota with a really solid lead run there, and I think that is going to definitely wrap it up for that battle. I think Demota might have just, yes, that is what the judges have gone with. They have gone with Demota. And that will do it for the second round. We're going to wait for one of the judges to come in here to see if we're going to go to a quick 5-minute break again, or if we're just going to move on to round 3. We'll just have to see.
Definitely a lot going. High intensity for all these drivers.
Yes, they are all, pushing it to the absolute max that they possibly can today, and it's paying off for some drivers, and other drivers it's just not.
Yep.
We'll see what the chat thinks about that. I just posted in the chat that we'll definitely have to run another VDC comp because this is just way too exciting. I'm having way too much fun.
Absolutely.
And I said, Bruno, with a question mark. So we'll see what the chat thinks. I know what Riley, our one of our members, is going to say about that. He absolutely loves that track. Yeah, he said Bruno. He absolutely loves that track, as do a lot of our other members as well. So, and that would definitely be a fun track to watch. Lots of good competition would certainly come from that track. Oh, and up next we got JZX against JZX. We got, maybe we are going to a break. I'm assuming that's what's happening because they didn't stop at the light or anything. Wow, look at Time Flies putting it right on Reaver's door. Woo!
Oh my.
Time Flies bumping him right into the wall there. That's all that I can think. Yeah, because Ben Crawford and Reaver are the next battle, so Time Flies and Reaver aren't even the next ones to go. So I'm assuming that's what we're doing, is taking a quick 5-minute break. but I could be wrong. They might have just been the first ones to hop in there, so
maybe
we will just have to see.
Yeah.
Culver said yes to Bruno as well.
Definitely will be a very interesting track for these cars.
Yes, there will be a lot of doors stolen at that track, so that just might have to be. We'll do our next competition will be another street car competition, and then we'll have to do another one with VDC cars at Bruno for sure.
All right, boys. So we are not taking a break. We're just gonna send them. We're gonna start it now.
Let's do it.
Run through the next 8.
Let's do it. Are we gonna take a quick 5-minute after this round, or just go to the end?
After the 8, we'll take a 5-minute. But we're gonna get to top 4.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good, man.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Can't wait. We got Ben Crawford against Reaver here in the first battle. C6 against JZX.
Reaver's been killing it all day.
Reaver has been
excited.
He's been crushing it in that JZX. I know that car is very smooth. Probably one of the easier cars to handle around this track. Along with the C6. The C6 is a very easy car to drive as well. Well, not very easy, but one of the easier cars to drive. Not quite as temperamental as like the FC and the RPS 13, so...
He's right there in really close proximity.
Yeah, Ben doing a great job staying away from that wall. He could have been a little bit deeper into that zone. Oh, Reaver getting in front of him there. Oof.
Wow.
That's gonna be hard on the judges to decide on, you know, who the problem was on that exactly, because Ben definitely went wide and Reaver took the right line, but then Reaver ended up jumping in front of him, so
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I know that the chase car, especially on a track like this, the chase car is expecting the lead car to, you know, put down a clean line, so...
Yeah, definitely hit that inside zone, as you would.
All right, Reaver initiates. Ben going deep. He kept it together for the most part. Reaver putting down some really good lines in that JZX 100 today. Wow. Great lead there from Reaver.
A really shaky chase by Ben.
Yeah, it all started on his initiation when he just went a little bit too deep. And yeah, he just sent it a little bit too hard, which is very easy to do. You know, I'm sure that you know just as well as much as I do. On initiation, you got to be very precise on initiation, or else it's very easy to go wide. It's also very easy to go up short with too much braking. So, you know, I mean, it's a very complicated and precise initiation for compared to a lot of different tracks. This one has to be one of the most difficult in terms of it. Yeah, it's definitely not an easy track, and they did go with Reaver. They gave it to Reaver, but that was the whole premise behind this competition. Was, you know, the drivers were all wanting to do a pro comp, and I was like, all right, well, if you guys want to use pro cars, then we're not going to make it an easy comp. We're going to go to a very hard track, and you know, that's exactly what we did. So it has not been disappointing. It really hasn't, you know. And you know, the main reason behind it was I said that a lot of drivers talk about how they can go toe to toe with some pro guys in real life. So I was like, all right, well, here's a track that they run in real life, so let's see what you boys got. And seems like some of them, Ronnie putting it right into Time Fly's door there, and that might do it with how the way Time Fly's been driving today. That might have just kind of secured Time Fly's victory, depending on what he can do on his chase run here. Yep. So maybe Time Flies isn't going to accept the win that easy, and he's going to put it right in his door as well and be like, no, I want to earn my win. Yeah, definitely. That's what I would do, at least. Nah, I can't say I wouldn't do that. If I had an easy win like that, I would definitely take a little bit of a disagreement tap there from Time Flies. Letting him know exactly where he put his car. All right, so we got guys in the chat also saying that Autopolis would have to be the next track that we run for the pro comps. which is also another track that's for the most part wide open. It's very similar to Bruno, actually. It's just like a shortened version of Bruno in my eyes. So, that would also be an interesting. It's like Bruno, but without the straight, with the Manji section. So
it's definitely would be interesting for see both of those tracks.
Yeah, maybe we might do a vote or something on it. We'll have to see. But here they go for their second battle, or for their second run of their battle.
Huge angle by Time Flies there.
Yeah, and Ronnie coming out of that first zone very early. Not quite reaching the second outer zone there, but Time Flies not giving him any room to make any errors. Put it right on his door.
Wow.
Time Flies really handling that JZX today like a pro.
Yeah, definitely was.
Oh, I think okay, there you go. You're back. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but you disconnected from the voice call for a second. Oh. Seems as though the other commentator is having some... Oh, there he is.
Computer, I'm having to rerun that.
No worries, man.
Right now, I'm on my phone.
Oh, you're on your phone right now?
I'm on my phone. Just because my Discord crashed.
Oh, okay. Well, glad that you could think on your feet. Not a lot of people would have thought about jumping in on their phone right quick while they're getting their computer booted back up. So, all right. Yeah. Well, we're still waiting on the judges to make a call here. Oh, they're typing to me now, so we will see what they say. I do believe it's going to go to Time Flies, but, I could be wrong. Oh.
I'm back up hitter.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the judges were making a decision, and now they have they stop. Oh, there we go. They said Time Flies took that win. I would have to agree with them on that. Better luck in the next competition, Ronnie.
Time Flies definitely was not going to take that easy win. He wanted to put on a little bit of a show there, show how good he really was.
Oh, Culver doing a 360 right off the map here.
Right into the bushes.
All right, and up next we got Culver against freaking Steez.
Can I say this? Just the scenery around this track is just beautiful to look at.
It really is. I would love to go to this track in real life, but, I don't have a couple grand for a plane ticket to go out there, so...
Yeah.
Would definitely be a great competition to go see in real life, though. All right, here we go. Culver initiates. Frankenstein's not too far behind, going a little bit deep into that first zone there. Culver keeping it really smooth. Oh, Frankenstein's putting it right on his door!
And they're still going.
Still going. Wow. I would have to say, if Frankenstein would have been able to keep up that proximity right after Outer 2, that would have been probably the best run that we've seen today.
My. He was right on him throughout 2. All the way through.
He was so close. If he would have been any closer, he would have been pushing him around. He would have been pushing Culver around the track. Huge props to freaking Steez there. Know what kind of run he has to put down against his opponent here. So we'll see what he can do in that E92. Oh, completely missing outer 1 there. Going wide, missing inner 1. Culver looking like he's staying back a little bit, giving him a little bit of room. And freaking Steez shouting way up out of that sweeper there. Wow.
That's going to be interesting how the judges score that. I feel like freaking Steez had an amazing chase, but just the lead, he fell short.
I would have to agree. He missed a bunch of zones and clips and really shallowed a lot coming out of that sweeper zone and, just completely walked away from Culver. So... Yeah. It's definitely going to be interesting. Oh, the judges gave it to Culver, so Culver will move on to the final four. And then up next is Syndrome against Demoda. Oh, this is going to be a really good battle here. You guys might want to get your popcorn ready for this one. This is going to be the kind of run that you guys come to see for sure.
Warm up the edge of your seats because you're going to be there for a while.
Yes, you are. Pay for the whole seat and only use the edge of it. All right, here we go. The drivers are off for their first run of their battle.
Missing outside one there.
Yes, Syndrome not getting quite as deep in the outer one as he should have. Doing a really good job in the outer two. Wow, Demoda sticking right with him though around the entire track.
That was quite a chase run by Demoda there.
It really
Definitely
was.
Going to be hard to beat.
It is. All Demoda, I think, has to do is put down a really solid lead run here. Well, I don't know. Syndrome is a great trace driver as well, so we'll just have to see how it plays out. You know, this could be our first OMT of this round. Our last battle of this round, and it might just be an OMT, depending on what Syndrome can pull together, and he sucks it up tight. Demoda, though, putting down a really clean lead run here, hitting every zone to near perfection, and Syndrome getting taken out by the sponge ball here at the end of the run.
Oh man, I would not want to be a judge.
Absolutely not. Whoa. Both these drivers definitely came prepared for this battle.
Pulling out all the stops on both ends. It's gonna be interesting because I would say Demoda had a slightly better lead run than Syndrome, but they both like equally put up very good chase runs.
They did. I mean, I think it would have to go to Demoda by margins, but you know, we're just gonna have to see what the judges say. You know, it's Jason. They really are. They both are great drivers. They both definitely earned their spot in the Grade A, and no matter who moves on to the Final Four, they would both definitely earn a spot there as well. So, I agree with you, man. Oh, after this quick break, after this round. That's when it's gonna get exciting. I can't wait to see what happens. Oh, we got a vote for Demoda in the chat.
Well,
I think you might be right, Stoner. We'll have to see what the judges say. Vroom, how are you enjoying your time as a commentator today, man?
Man, it is nothing but spectacular.
Awesome.
I can tell you what, man.
It's awesome, man. I'm glad you're having a great time. I definitely enjoy having you here. Time flies. Also voting for Demoda in the chat. Judges are still deliberating, but yes, Vroom, I definitely enjoy having you in here with me today. You're doing a great job, and it gives me somebody to talk to, and you know, keeps it exciting and everything. And it's definitely good to have somebody in here with me, so I'm not quite as lonely. So, the judges gave it to Demoda, so Demoda's going to be the one that moves on to the next round. Wow.
Well, that carves out our final four.
Yes, there we go. That is our final four. We have Reaver against Time Flies in the first battle, and then Culver against Demoda in the second battle. And I would have to say that all these drivers definitely earned their spot in the semifinals today. And Riley said, "Vroom, you're good. Please stay."
Definitely will not be my last time in here.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I definitely want you to compete as well too in the future. So we'll have to be looking out for other commentators so that way you can get some chance to drive get a chance to drive as well. But we're gonna
We're giving them a 5-minute break so they can get rid of the shivers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, we're going to go to a quick 5-minute break. You guys make sure that you stay with us, as you're not going to want to miss the final four. And we'll be right back with you guys after a quick 5 minutes. Thanks, everyone. All right, guys, we are back and we are about to get started on the semifinals, the final four, and we're going to be moving on to the finals after that, after we have a third place match. We are at Okuibuki Motor Park, for those of you guys that are just joining in with us on the live stream, and we are using the VDC public car pack. If you want to rewatch the rest of the live stream, then make sure that you save it to your watch later and you go back and watch it all later. And I'm joined with Vroom, our additional commentator for today. We, like I said, we're about to get started in the final four, and I believe the first battle we have is going to be Reaver against Time Flies, the battle of the JZXs, and after that is going to be Culver against the Moda, C6 against the GT86. But here we go. We're going to get started.
Yo. So if I want to watch the comp, can I join the game?
No.
Off they go.
All right, here they go. Reaver in the lead, and Time Flies in the chase. Time Flies getting really close to the initiation. Right up on the bridge, Reaver goes. Time Flies falling a little bit further back. It looks like Reaver might have his car gripped up a little bit more than Time Flies, but either way, both drivers really good runs from both of them. Can't wait to see the next one.
Time Flies caught the outside two just a little bit shallow, which kind of threw him off the proximity that he had with Reaver. So it's going to be interesting to see how this next run goes.
All right, here we go. Time Flies in the lead this time against Reaver in the chase. Oh, Reaver bumping him, giving him that little bit of angle he needed. If it wasn't for that bump, I think Time Flies might have straightened up a little bit. But Reaver helping him out, but also causing himself to fall back just a little bit. Wow. I would really hate to be a judge right now. I know we've said that multiple times today, but that was about as exciting as it's going to get, guys. And if you don't like that, then you need to like this video right now.
Man, that was just back-to-back good runs. Like,
it really was.
Little small, like little tiny errors on each chase run. Obviously, with Time Flies a little bit shallow through two, losing that proximity a little bit. And Reaver, he was doing good. He just lost proximity around that long bend, but both of them very good.
I think what might have happened is when Reaver made contact with him, he was thinking that Time Flies was probably going to spin out, and you know, he kind of hit the brakes a little bit to kind of prevent him from spinning out, or to prevent him from making any further contact with him. And, you know, just caused him to fall back just that little bit. And the fact that, you know, they're both in the same car, probably with a pretty similar tune, just caused him to, you know, not allow him to get that ground back.
Well,
so
wow, look at him! You see him tandem donut, donut over here.
I'm missing it. Sorry, guys.
Oh man!
Oh,
you missed it.
I did miss it. I came over at the end of it.
Dude, it was. Oh man. They're like, yeah, it was identical. It's pretty cool.
That is so sick. I'm hoping they do it again.
So if you remember to subscribe and like the channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, Shift.
What's up?
My bad, bro. I thought this channel was like for spectators.
No, you're good, man. It's just for us, for the commentators, for the live stream for today's comp. You can if you go to ADL live streams though, there's a live stream of it going right now on YouTube.
Oh, word.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude. I apologize. I didn't know you were.
No worries, man. If you're new, then welcome, buddy.
Well, my boy Time Flies is going.
He just went, actually. The judges are deliberating on their call.
How's he doing?
He's in the semifinals. He's in Final Four, so
Okay, that's what's up.
We'll
Yeah,
have
he
to
beat
s-
me yesterday in our comp in SDC. I got second and first.
Yeah, he's a dude. He is a driver. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Lister's getting a little bit of love in the live stream.
He is. He is.
Loving the player as the light. Yep, he's definitely
Oh,
carrying.
contact made in the burnout or the donut pit down there.
None of it. Yep.
Man, the judges are still
it is-
deliberating.
Yeah, this is a very tough call to make. Both drivers did really good. Both had phenomenal lead runs, but it just seemed that when it came down to the chase, both of them had minor mistakes, and it just came back and bit them.
Yeah, I mean that's perks of or not perks. That's things that happen along with the comp. Oh, and the judges decided to give it to Reaver, so Reaver will move on to the finals, and Time Flies will go for a third place battle against the next guy to be taken out in the next battle, whether it be Culver or Demota. Only time will tell.
And either way, that third place battle is still gonna be a good one.
Yes. 1 second, I'll be right back.
Third place battle.
Time Flies, you got a third place battle. Stay in the server, buddy. Sorry, I had to let Time Flies know that he has a battle for third place next, so he left the server.
Oh yeah. All right, we got Culver in that C6, Demota in the GT86.
These two drivers,
The moto's insane.
dude. So both these drivers are insane. Culver is a straight animal. I haven't seen him in here in quite a while, so I'm excited that he's back because he's usually.
Send it, Okuibuki!
All right, we got Culver in the C6, GT80, or in Demota in the GT86. Demota going a little bit deep. He might have been right on the line. I'm not quite sure. Oh, Demota with a huge straight in.
That's gonna kill his chase.
It's absolutely going to kill his chase. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I don't know if he went to go pull his handbrake and maybe his handbrake wasn't working. But that is super unfortunate to see, especially in the semifinals.
It just feels
Somebody-
it looked like he didn't have enough power going through two, and he just kind of strained out. I don't know. That's man, hate to see it.
You do, especially like I said in the semifinals, for somebody that put in so much work and time into this competition to be able to compete today. But he's doing a really good job so far with his lead run here. Really hitting every zone like he should, but Culver's still not giving him any room. Culver completely missing that touch and go there, but still sticking right with him all the way up until the end of the track.
Yep.
Could have been a little closer, but hey, Culver
Man.
seems like he's been playing it safe for the most part all day today.
No. Definitely, Culver has been a happen of circumstance. A lot of his battles cut short due to driver error. It just seems like he never has been able to get a good, solid event.
Yeah, and the judges, they have already came back to me and gave it to Culver, so Culver is going to move on to the final battle, and Reaver, or Time Flies, and Demota are going to go against each other right now for a third place battle.
Definitely two very good drivers. I can't wait.
I can't wait for this battle either. Neither or both of them deserve third place no matter who is the victor after this battle.
We got to get participation trophies going out.
Oh, for sure. All right, so here we go. Time Flies initiates really deep into the first zone there. Demota right close to him. Demota said, I am not going to straighten up this time, and he is putting his door to his wheel to his door. Bumping him through that last inner zone or inner clip there. Wow, Demota really wants third place.
Wow.
He said, if I can't have first, I'm taking third.
Oh man, he was right on him.
He really was. Let's see what he can do in his lead run here. but we know how Time Flies drives, and we know that he is seriously about to put in work against Demota here in his chase run.
Oh, he's right there.
Wow.
A little bit of tippy there, a little tippy tappy. Oh,
Time Flies way shallow in the second zone. Pretty much allowing Demota to, I think, walk away with this third place victory.
Wow.
But hey, for somebody who didn't have any practice, joining into the bracket at the very last minute while we're doing roll call, even if he walks away with a fourth today and not a third,
very impressive.
Great run. And they did give it to Demota, and I'm assuming because of that run, or because of that small little mishap being really shallow in the second outer, and wow.
Really,
still,
you got to give it a hand to Time Flies, man. Even though he couldn't come away with the third place, he really put in the work that he needed to.
He really did. He really, really did, and he 100% deserves a third place today. Huge props to Demota. If you're listening in the chat, man, great driving today. You definitely earned it. I knew that you would be having a victory or a podium coming soon, and you got one, man. Great job.
All right, we're in the final race here.
Reaver against Culver.
Australia. Culver out of Brazil.
Reaver on initiation. Culver trying to suck up close to him. Culver missing that second zone there, but getting closer to him, getting that proximity as they go into the inner clip.
Reaver nailed almost all of his zones there. It's going to be
Reaver,
really...
Yeah, Reaver put down a 97-98 point lead run there. That's going to be really hard for Culver to top.
This is what it all comes down to right here for first place. The second run of the final.
Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Culver, a longtime ADL member, or is it going to be Reaver, one of our newer members?
I hope you're on the edge of your seat, because you're going to need to start a move.
Looks like the guy sitting above the line is giving some anticipation.
So we send it for the final time here at Okuibuki. Here we go.
Is this going to be the last run, or we're going to have it one more time? Culver with a very similar initiation to Reaver on the first run here. Wow, Culver
right there.
Going to that.
A little bit shallow in that touch and go.
Reaver putting it to his door across the line here. Well, going into the second or the last inner there. Wow, that's going to be a hard one to call. I don't know what the judges are going to say.
You know, saying the last time, I don't really think this is the last time. I really feel like...
I think there might be an OMT. I think we have an OMT coming for sure. We'll just have to see.
Definitely.
But I feel it in my bones. Unless they're going to go in there and nitpick every little thing, I think that's what's going to happen. We got people in the chat. We got people in the chat voting for Culver. We got people in the chat voting for Reaver.
It's going to definitely be interesting. And when it comes down to this final battle, you can't you can't have any mistakes. And both two drivers really nailed their lead runs. Some little tiny mistakes on the chase, but not enough to really point out a clear winner. It's really going to have to come down.
I don't think there was as well, but like you said, both drivers made minor mistakes in the chase run, but both of them putting down a really, really good lead run. So
we got two people voting for one more time. They want to see it again.
They do want to see it again. Let's see what the judges are going to say. If the judges are watching the live stream, I'm sure they're seeing that in the live chat if they are paying attention to it.
I definitely, no matter the winner, I really do want to see these two go at it again. It is really phenomenal watching these two drive.
Oh, I do too. I would love to see these two drivers go again, that's for sure. And it looks like Culver's making his way back up to the line, so maybe they said something and they didn't say anything to me yet.
Maybe they declared a winner.
No, I think Culver went back to the pits. I got excited for a second.
No, Culver's still doing his thing. I think he's just running the track.
So many people saying OMT in the live chat right now. I appreciate you guys being active in the live chat. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Oh,
Man.
it's gonna.
The anticipation and anxiety is real right now.
Yep.
It's on 10.
Yep.
I
I hate to be just any of these drivers too. I
would
put down
too.
really good runs.
Knowing that the judges are in there, picking how they are. I mean, I know that they know that in the final run, when you're fighting for a first place, you have to put on, your pretty much best run of the day because you're going against the other best guy of the day. So, I can only imagine what's going through their heads right now. I personally have never been in this situation, so I don't know for sure. But I have competed in one comp, and I was taken out in my very first battle because my nerves were just so bad, and the track that we were running was extremely hard. So they're going OMT, so we got an OMT. Chat, make sure you guys drop a W for the OMT that we got.
Wow.
And it looks like you guys got your way. We are having an OMT. I know we had a lot of votes for Culver, and we had a lot of votes for Reaver as well.
But we had a lot of votes for an OMT, and that's exactly what we got.
I'm sure none of you guys mind an OMT as well, though.
This is what it all comes down to.
Thank you very much, Mr. Judd. If you are actually the Mr. Judd that makes the BMW and the 190E, great job on those cars, man. Wow, Culver putting it right on his door. Reaver going really deep in that first outer zone, but Culver still not giving him any room at all. Falling back a little bit, but nothing major.
Wow.
That is exactly what you guys come to this competition to see today, are runs like those. And where else would you rather see it in the battle for first place?
Wow. Two very good drivers putting down very good runs. Like Culver, unfortunately, a little bit shallow into 2. I wonder how that's going to affect him.
It's going to come down to what Reaver does on his chase run. And here they go for their second battle of the second run. Reaver not quite as close as Culver was with the amount of angle that Culver had, but he's sucking it right back up close.
A little shallow there. Can he close it back up around this last zone?
Oh! And I think the judges might have an easier choice to make after that, but we will have to see.
Yep. Culver stuck on that cone.
I definitely know my call, that is for sure. But it still comes down to what the judges say. Reaver giving Culver a friendly bump here, letting him get off the cones. That is what you call sportsmanship there.
Yep, you love to see it. Two amazing drivers. You can tell how they worked so hard to get to this point. It's got to be just an amazing feeling for both drivers, even though one is going to have to walk away the true winner of this event. The both drivers have put in so much work, and to all the drivers.
Oh yeah, I mean, these two drivers here have been in this situation probably multiple times with the skill level that they're on. I know Culver for a fact has been, and I'm pretty sure Reaver has been as well. Because I've talked to him before and talked about his him and competing in other comps and stuff, and how many times he went OMT in one comp was just ridiculous one time that he was telling me. So I know that they definitely have both been in similar situations. So either way, both drivers would earn it. We got a bunch of votes for Culver in the live chat right now.
Man. Yep.
Wow. What a comp today. What a comp today.
Really amazing.
Really was.
Great work by everyone who was able to compete in the event. Everyone did amazing. These two just happened to be the best of the group.
That is exactly right. Not every driver today did a really great job, though. And I am very proud of how the competition went today. And I have nothing but good things to say about the competition. And it looks like Culver took the win. Culver is going to be the winner of the ADL VDC Okuibuki comp. He takes the win. Reaver takes second, and Demota takes third. Great job today to all the drivers. Great job to you today, Vroom, being an additional commentator. Is there anything that you would like to say before we close out the live stream?
Thank you for everyone who pulled out to the stream. Thank you for all the compliments. It really meant a lot. And this will definitely not be the last time I'm in the commentating booth.
Man, you did a great job. I definitely appreciate you appreciate you being here today with me. It was definitely an honor having somebody such as yourself commentate with me today. Definitely added a bunch of excitement to the comp, and I look forward to having you and some more future comps as well, man. And also being a driver in any future comps that we might have. Great job today, though, man. I'm gonna hop up here in the drivers chat, and we're gonna give a big final send off to all the drivers, and we're gonna close out the competition for today. If you want to hop up there with me, you can. Yep. But man, great job today. You absolutely killed it. Loved having you here, and definitely, like I said, definitely look forward to having you back.
Absolutely, man.
All right, buddy.
All right.
It's just a Seto, bro.
Yo,
there's one car I know of that doesn't do.
Look.
You guys did amazing today. I gotta say, everybody did a fantastic job. The comp went really smooth. I have nothing but positive things to say. You guys definitely put on a clinic out here today on Okuibuki, and we're gonna need to be patching this track up with some bandages and some patchwork here before our next one. But man, you guys did great. I'm just hopping up here to see if any of you guys have anything to say on the live stream. Anybody to thank? Anybody to shout out? Anything like that? Before we end it,
drivers on the podium.
Yeah, get the drivers on the podium, bro. Let's go. That's what I want to see.
Oh yeah. Come on,
let's go. Get them up there.
Come on, yeah. Culver, get up on the podium. Reaver, get on the podium. And this is gonna be a picture for the ages right here. I'm gonna take a picture while you guys sit up here.
Hell yeah.
Did Demota leave?
Line up good.
Demota's coming up right now, I think.
Just be careful behind the podium. You can fall through the map.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Let's go.
All right. And here is your podium today, guys. We have Reaver in second, Culver in first, and Demota in third. Great job today, boys. Absolutely killer job. Everybody else as well. You guys did an amazing job. Judges, you guys did an amazing job. Nothing but great things to say about this comp, and makes me definitely look forward to some more VDC comps in the future for sure, man. Absolutely great job today. But like I said, anybody want to shout out anybody?
Thank you shit for putting this.
Thanks for putting this.
Shout out to
Big shout out to shit. Yeah.
Shout out.
You're the man.
Yeah, bro.
Man, I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Culver. $20. I appreciate it.
I really appreciate it, guys.
Shout out Demota for the podium.
I got you.
Absolutely. All drivers earned it today. Demota, I'm very happy, man. I knew I'd be seeing you on the podium eventually.
Thank you, buddy.
But man, great job today as always. I'm gonna hop in admin chat, shout out all of our sponsors, and I'm gonna close the live stream. I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
Easy, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna go drive with you guys.
Yo.
All right, there you have it for our competition today. I just want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors today. We have ATDT, who is our longest sponsor, BDB, who is another longtime sponsor, Team Kumadori, who also hosts competitions as well. And if I'm missing anybody else, I'm sorry. I'm just too excited. I want to go drive with these guys. But big shout out to all the sponsors and drivers today. Everybody did a great job. Also, big shout out to all the viewers. It wouldn't be possible without you guys. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe to the video and to our channel. And make sure to follow us on all of our social medias. There's facebook.com/Assetto Drift League and instagram.com/Assetto Drift League. Thank you guys very much. I'm going to send you guys off with a commercial break. Please join us again for our next competition in 2 weeks. We have them every 2 weeks on Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. And again, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. We love you guys. It was awesome, and here's the future comps. You guys are great. See ya.